Hello, Taylor Ellwood here, and welcome to the Magical Experiments podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about the question, can you get results with spirits? One of the things that I find interesting is that this question around results and spirits gets asked a lot by people. I'll have people ask me, can I make a spirit appear in physical form, for example? And I think that question is really a similar question to, can I get results with spirits? It's an interesting question because what it really boils down to is the fact that people are looking to get something from spirit work. And I'm not faulting people for doing that. I think it's a legitimate question to ask. I also think it's an important question to explore with some thoughtful consideration as to what is actually occurring in the relationship with the spirit and what your role in the spirit's role is. Now, before I get into this topic further, two things. If you're new to this channel, I want you to click subscribe and go ahead and drop a note or a like on this video. And also check out the link to my upcoming class, Spirit Communication, where I'm going to actually be teaching an hour-long class on this topic of spirit communication, how to communicate with spirits better. Hey, Lisa, good to see you too. So, we talk about whether or not you can get results with spirits. First off, I'm just going to say unequivocally, yes, you can get results with spirits. And how do I know that? Well, I'm living in a result that I got with the help of spirits, i.e. my house. I worked with spirits to help me get this house, and they manifested the house. Now, I want to be very clear. It wasn't like they manifested they whipped the house out of thin air, right? It wasn't like they just went like, there you go, there's your house. No, they set up the opportunity for me to get the house. They influenced the situation in my favor in order for me to get the house. And I want to note that because it's a really important element in this work. We're not just doing spirit work in the absence of anything else. We're doing spirit work in relationship to whatever it is we hope to accomplish, but we have to recognize that we play a role in this work as well as the spirits. I think a big problem that people have is that they expect spirits to solve their problems in their lives. I even got an email earlier today from a person on my list where they were basically talking about servitors they created and complaining because, like, well, the servitors are telling me to make these changes in my life, but they're not doing it for me. Well, how did you program the servitors? What did you want the servitor to do for you? That could be a good question to answer that might help you get some clarity around why you're not seeing what you want to see when it comes to that servitor work. But what it really told me is that this person had an expectation that the servitors were going to fix all their problems and that they weren't going to have to do anything about it. That all the physical effort and actions and everything else would just be handled by the spirits. And that shows an inadequate understanding of how spirits work and how to work with spirits. Now, I want to be clear that yes, spirits can take a somewhat direct role in the manifestation of results, but we have to understand something. And this is really important. We have to understand the relationship between form and form and power. Spirits have a lot more power in a sense than we do. They live in an immaterial world. They have access to the realm of possibilities, probabilities, influence. So they have a lot of power, but they don't have a lot of form. And we have a lot of form. We are the result of possibility being condensed into manifestation and becoming a reality. If you think about it, that is what it means to be a human being. If you consider the idea that a possibility can be transformed and turned into reality, there's something that has to be given up along the way. What has to be given up is power. So you give up a certain level of power in order to realize form and manifestation. And if you were to give up your form or manifest your form, your material form, i.e., if you die or something like that, well, and you go out there and become a spirit again, like fully just a spirit, you have access to the realm of probabilities and opportunities, but you don't have the physical form to realize them in quite the same way. This is a key component about spirit work that a lot of people misunderstand. And because they misunderstand this about spirit work, it trips them up and it stops them from getting effective results. So when I talk about the fact that the house I live in is literally a manifestation of spirit work that I've done, it's true, it literally is. But somebody else built this house a long time ago. They built it in the 1940s. Other people lived here. This house has existed before I was even alive, and it'll likely exist after I'm dead. This house has its own presence as well. What I did is I worked with the spirits to help me manifest the right timing and space in order to find this house and to help me pick out the right house. I knew the day that I found this house that this was the right house to live in. Like, it called to me, it spoke to me, it felt right. And I had the sensation of, I'm going to be living here for a while. I knew it. That was an example of spirit becoming manifest, of spirit becoming form. And it was an example of where the spirits kind of took the opportunities and the probabilities that were available and influenced the direction toward the manifestation of me getting this house. They didn't literally manifest the house, but they manifested the opportunity. And at the same time, they required me to take certain actions. For example, I had to go house hunting. The spirits couldn't go house hunting for me. I had to go out with a realtor and go visit the sites and see the houses. They manifested they manifested the opportunity to influence the homeowners at this particular place. I was able to get this house much more quickly, I think, than normally would occur, because I was working with people who were just trying to sell the house directly. That made it a lot more easy for me to get this house. I was able to go through the process, and I manifest and take advantage of that opportunity. And I did a working with Aphrodite where I basically requested that she cause them to fall in love with my offering. They had a couple other offerings. They ended up choosing my offering over those other people. I was able to get the house. I was even able to bargain them down a bit. And again, some of that, but some of that was my actions. I still had to put the offer out. I still had to be willing to do the bargaining. I couldn't just rely wholly upon the spirits. And this is the fault that people have, is they think, well, the spirit is supposed to do all the work. I shouldn't have to do any of the work. That's not correct. So I want you to really reflect upon that notion of spirit work. Can spirits get results? Yes. Are they going to get results the way you expect them to? Probably not. And if you want to learn how to get better results, then I invite you to sign up for my spirit communication class, which is happening on September 19th. It's free. It's for an hour from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's a link in this video or below the video, so you can sign up for it. Click that link, sign up. And if you want to learn how to take your spirit work to the next level and how to get better results with spirits, you're going to get that opportunity in that class, because I'm going to show you some very unique things about how I approach spirit work. So I hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop comments in the with the video below my comment. I'm going to leave a comment with the link as well to the class, so you can sign up. And I hope to see some of you there. Thanks, and have a great day.